Today on Talking Wealth, I want to introduce a new face to you, and his name is Dr. Gregory Bott. Now, Gregory is a respected entrepreneur, a university instructor, and an author, and his book is called Faster, Safer, Wealthier: Skip the Startup and Buy a Stable Business to Build Intergenerational Wealth. Dr. Gregory Bott, welcome to Talking Wealth. How are you today?
Thanks, Janine. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, and I've spent a lot of time in Australia, so it's excited to be back, even virtually.
That's awesome. And you're in Canada at the moment, so, we're envious of that because Canada's absolutely beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit about the weather over there at the moment? Is it nice?
Well, today we're excited to get up to plus 4 degrees, so that's a good day in the winter.
Yep. So are you shoveling snow outside?
Yeah, we did yesterday. We had some, and I looked at the forecast where you're at, and I think it was plus 28. So there's a little bit of a variation in where we're calling from.
Look, a lot of Australians love Canada, so I know that there'll be people that are saying, oh yeah, we just love to be over there again. But obviously with COVID, we can't do that at the moment. But it's great that you've got a book out, and I believe your book was launched in December, so it's only really hot off the press, we could say.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks, Gene.
Yeah, and so were you excited about releasing your new book?
It's interesting to go through the process because I spent a good chunk of the last 2 years working on it, and there's a few months in there when you're kind of ramping it up and ready to release that I was probably almost full time on it. So just you think it's going to be exciting, and it's almost a little bit anticlimactic because you just need a little bit of a rest after. It's a long process, but it's an interesting process to do. You think when you first start writing the book that you have something to say, and you start writing it for the audience, and then as you do so much research, and in the first year I was writing the book, I read probably in 120 books in research, and you just learn so much on that journey, and you come out a different person. You come out with different business principles. So you think you have a story to tell when you start writing, but at the end, that story evolves and it becomes more refined and more finessed, and it almost becomes a different story for the better.
Right. So would you mind telling us, why did you write the book, and what do you hope that your readers will get from it?
Sure. So it actually, interestingly, it started out, we had done, my history had a lot of times been with the startup. And we've had, some successes and some challenges. And then when we did our first acquisition, I remember sitting there a month into it, and we just had all this anticipation coming into it. Would we be keeping up with the phone calls? Would we be able to handle all this? We essentially doubled the size of our company overnight.
Wow.
And it had taken us 2 or 3 years to get up to a certain point. And we just done twice that in, at midnight when we signed those papers. So I just remember being so anxious on, can we handle this? And it was again, anticlimactic, and it was just almost a little bit too easy.
Yeah.
But what I realized is, we brought staff with the company. We got systems, we got processes, and everything just kind of continued as business as usual. So I just remember talking to my business partners, we have to do this again, but we need to have a process and structure around it. So I started to create an in-house manual to say, okay, if we were to do this again, let's make it cookie cutter and let's follow this process. And
you mean when you say if we were to do this again, take a business, any business, is that what you're saying?
Continue to acquire businesses, whether they be a standalone or as a tack onto our existing platform company. And then, talking to other people, that particular company was a franchise. So there's other operators asking to do the same thing. So I started to write a little bit more, and kind of woke up a year later with having, like I said, read 120 books, and, the book just naturally evolved from that. So it's really for entrepreneurs, seasoned entrepreneurs that want to grow through acquisition, but do so with this eye of risk mitigation. Because there's so many things that the startup or the acquisition can give you in order to mitigate the risk that's normally inherent within an acquisition.
For more information on our guest in today's episode, visit the link on screen right now. For more Talking Wealth, visit talkingwealth.com, where you can find hundreds of Talking Wealth episodes, along with interviews featuring global experts on money, health, lifestyle, business, investing, and much more. Visit wealthwithin.com.au, where we have hundreds of informational videos, live shows, and Talking Wealth podcasts. Talking Wealth was voted number 3 in stock market podcasts globally in 2018 by FeedSpot. For more information on our courses, visit wealthwithin.com.au.